Staying on the topic of hair now, award-winning hairstylist Terence Terenzo is on a venture to help other hairstylists establish themselves as entrepreneurs. Terenzo has worked with the likes of Charlize Theron, Bieber and Gert-Johan Coetzee, and he joins us now in the studio to talk about this venture. Thank you so much for joining us. It's called Terenzo Suites. Tell us what that concept or project is about.
Well, firstly, thank you very much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. Yes, we're so excited with what's happened. It was an idea that came about 2 years ago, and it realized actually only at the end of last year. So it's brand new. Basically, how it would work traditionally for a hairstylist. A hairstylist would work in a salon, and there's one boss that employs everybody, and they would do their own clients, and they would get commission from that particular salon. And this is how they would work. And what would happen normally, a hairdresser would work at least 5 to 10 years to be able to save enough money to open their own businesses. And it's quite strict. There's certain working hours, and there's certain rules, and there's certain things you have to do. And often tough to speak to your boss about new ideas that you have or promotions or whatever. So we've come up with a concept. It's called Terenzo Suites. It's a fully fitted hairdressing salon that we literally give to the stylist at no cost. So normally it would cost plus minus R1 million to set up a very average hairdressing salon. You know, if you set up a restaurant, it costs you R8 million. So a very average salon costs R1 million. So for most hairdressers, it's a very tough start. So we said, let's just kickstart it. So we've taken the 10 years away for the hairdressers. They literally sign a lease, and everything's done for them. The mirrors, chairs, lighting, basins, music system, every single thing, coffee machines, all the little details are done for them. They literally walk in and say, you know, and they start their own business immediately. They bring their own credit card machine. So what's different for the hairdressers is firstly, they can work any hours they want to. Secondly, they can employ people. They've got no layout costs. This has already happened. So this has just happened, and the hairdressers are going nuts. I'm getting phone calls from everywhere, emails, messages on Facebook. People are going nuts.
So what is the catch, though? I mean, if somebody would listen to this and say, but this sounds too good to be true. I mean,
yes.
So they're taking out a lease, but then how do they pay it off? How does it all work out?
No, they don't pay it off. They pay a monthly, very affordable rental amount, a flat rental amount that's not connected on how well you do.
Okay.
At all. So if your turnover skyrockets, you're just doing better. You've got a flat rental amount that you pay, and for that you get all those services. There's Wi-Fi, there's a communal receptionist in place. All the little details in terms of costs are included in a very affordable rental. And it's already proven. The hairdressers have started at the end of last year, and they're loving it. They're doing so well. And I'm just getting communication from everybody. Please, can you do another one? So we've got 12 hairdressing suites and also 4 medical suites. So in the medical suites, we've got 2 aesthetic doctors. One of the doctors is my wife, actually. So they would do...
So explain to our viewers, what they mean aesthetic doctors? What does that
Aesthetic
mean?
doctors would be doctors that do Botox, filler, threads, anti-aging treatments. There's also therapists. Aesthetic therapists, not beauty therapists. They specialize in needling, PRP, chemical peels. You know, sometimes they bring a bit of a facial into the chemical peel, but it's actually those type of treatments that are real anti-aging treatments. It's quite amazing when you take a photograph and you keep it next to, and you take another one at the end of the treatment. It's shocking to see how much better a lady's skin would look.
Now the beauty business in South Africa, I believe, is booming. You just have to see now how every day you see a different nail salon opening on a corner, but it's not just a nail salon. You can do your hair, you can do waxes, you can have all kinds of things done. Do you think there's still space in the market for these kinds of development? When will it be saturated?
I'm so happy. It's a brilliant question, because this is what I wanted to speak about. What we've done, Terenzo Suites is a platform. We've actually recently signed up Tammy Taylor, which is one of the top nail brands in the country. and they also really booming. And the type of brands like that, we've got a hairdressing brand called Zoosh. So all these brands are together, so it's 16 brands, all on one platform. But the difference is, it's owner-run. It's not one guy standing up there and says, I'm the big boss, I'm making all the money, and everybody just works for me. And at the point it becomes diluted. But what we do, we get the little rock stars, we get the superstars to work in their own spaces. So I don't want the big businessman to come there and take all the sweets and put people in that work for him. I want the people that work there to own it. And that's what's happened. And they're making a lot of money. They're expressing their creativity. They're having lots of fun. And also the interaction with each other is amazing.
And it sounds like, does it create flexibility for different specialists in hair? For instance, in South Africa, we've got a very diverse market. You also need to be ethnically and culturally inclusive as well. Does it create space for that kind of business as well?
We're the first people in South Africa to sort of cross this bridge, where there's always been issues around it. What we've done now, we've got specialists. So if you come to the Toronto Sweets brand, you would get a specialist that can do wigs, weaves, relaxes, or someone that can cut, color. So for us, it's more about texture. Who's your specialist? We'll find him for you. Do you want to do extensions? What do you want to do? We do microblading, we do lashes, but we've got a specialist that it's owner run, so it's very different. Not one guy trying to be something for everybody.
So, unfortunately, we need to wrap it there. If people want to find out more, where can they find out about it?
At Terenzo Sweets on my Instagram, or my personal one is Terence Terenzo, and and obviously on Facebook and yes.
I'm sure people will find you there. Thank you so much for your time, and we wish you everything of the best. Terence Terenzo telling us more about his project, Terenzo Sweets. It seems to be really gotten people talking in the